How to Create a Glitch Monologues Season 38 Chapter 6. This is Season 38 of How to Create a Glitch in the Matrix Monologues Episode 6. In this episode, we will be talking about bipolar tonic-dominant relationships and community of experience. To start out, tonics do not remain tonics usually, they fluctuate between phases of tonic activity and dominant activity relative to some partner. Stable relationships, whether consensual or non-consensual, archetypal or spatial, are usually bipolar. This means, for example, with respect to the spatial non-consensual relationship, that the dominant at the beginning of the relationship starts out engaging with the tonic non-consensually. The intimate act represents new ground where expectations are vapid, meaningless in the face of discovery. Gradually, the spatial non-consensual tonic becomes the dominant, through the discovery of the dominant and the conversion of what is originally a non-consensual space into a consensual one. This is the first type of bipolar tonic-dominant relationship. The second kind of bipolar tonic-dominant relationship involves, paradoxically, the reverse process. The tonic originally approaches the dominant in a consensual space. That is, the dominant meets the expectations of the tonic. But, gradually, as time progresses, that discovery is unraveled by time and the discovery of who the dominant truly is. In this form, the dominant acquires spatial non-consensuality from the archetypal consensuality of the tonic. In both forms of bipolar tonic-dominant relationship, the intimate act is the crucible of this process. Now, we also mentioned something called community of experience. In episode 4 of this season, we talked about how tradespeople tend to be spatial non-consensual tonics initially, which gradually becomes a consensual space through proficiency. Thus, in the acquisition of skills of a trade manifests as the conversion of what is initially a non-consensual space to a consensual one. In light of this, preservation of that territoriality is required by restricting access to that space, or mirroring of others of the skills necessary to complete the tasks associated with it. But, there is an alternative. Unions represent spaces of communal experience. A unionized individual need not protect his trade because he has acquired an archetypal status provided by the community of experience within the union. Which is to say that all archetypal tonics acquire that status through community of experience created by the archetypal recognition within some in-group. Thus, as part of the agenda of eliminating territoriality, progressivist logic would assert that unions must be strengthened, which has dual benefits. 1. It draws outsiders into the community of experience, converting their territoriality into archetypal recognition. 2. It increases their bargaining power against the state, which requires more funding from the taxpayer. Thus, strengthening unions by responding affirmatively to demands for negotiation is part of the plan toward dismantling territoriality within hybrid consensual states. That's the end of the podcast for today. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment and subscribe.